Hello, welcome to my channel. This is your host, Ruined Purity. This is the first episode of Art Therapy with an INFJ. And in this series, I want to be able to sit down with one of my artwork and then do a self-analysis on my art and share a bit personal information about myself. I'm sure there are lots of people out there who want art to be open to interpretation, but that doesn't work for me because my art has lots of important meanings to me and I want to be able to share that. I haven't showed many people my art because I felt like I never found a proper way to really showcase my art. And then I feel like in those episodes are where I can actually share the meaning of my art and instead of letting my art hang in the gallery and have people guessing what they mean, I want to share that meaning with you guys. And by the way, I made this dress and it has bells. Also, for those of you who are struggling with depression, anxiety, and frustration when it comes to dealing with life, I wanted to be up here to provide a bit of comfort for you guys. I started to draw since I was 11. As an INFJ, my childhood was really blurry to me because I was in my head most of the time. My mind is always really abstract and I'm better at understanding concepts than making connections of the details that I'm noticing. Usually when I walk into a room, I would perceive all the details at once very fast, and it's a lot of information for me to take in, and it's hard for me to know what to do with it. I was always really overwhelmed by lots of information, especially at school. All the details seems really vibrant and it looks like they're moving and the colors look like they're changing. When I look at textbooks or exams, I would notice the number and instead of understand what it means or just focus on the meaning of the number, I would focus on how it looks and why it looks like that and how underneath the number the paper is a bit of furry. And whenever I look at something really simple, a bunch of random ideas that's not related to it will pop into my head and I would have extreme tunnel visions on things and everything seems really distracting. And that's not all that I perceived. My secondary function, extroverted feeling, also allowed me to feel other people's feelings. So that's even more information for me to take in all the time when I'm in public. And everything always felt so intense and it just makes me want to shut down mentally, and I have for many years. I have lived in my imagination instead of in reality. And when I was young, all of these things that I was experiencing didn't seem like it was different. I thought this is what everyone was experiencing and everyone was able to focus on what they're doing and get things done. And I felt inferior because I just felt like I can't get anything done and I was really frustrated all the time. Especially at night, I would feel really bad and I won't be able to sleep and I would cry myself to bed and I would wonder what's the meaning of my life And all of this caused me to not be able to finish any exam the first few years of elementary school. Because of that, lots of kids bullied me verbally in school. In public, it felt like I was always overstimulated by my inferior function, extroverted sensing, especially visually. And it might also be because I'm turbulent. That's why these feelings feel so intense to me. And because I was overstimulated, that's what made me turn to my first function, introverted intuition. And for a long time, I haven't really attended to these intense feelings. Doing art is what helped me attend to those feelings and emotions. Growing up, I have had lots of alone time, and it was an accident that it happened. In China, if you have bad grades, your parents will ban you from any kind of entertainment, and that includes hanging out with other kids. So naturally, I had lots of time to myself with nothing to do but to deal with my feelings. And that also allowed me to have lots of time to think my life over. I discovered drawing through someone, but that's a long story for another time. We all sucked at drawing in the beginning. I started with drawing profile views of people and their hands, and then I slowly moved to the whole body, and I usually draw from imagination. So it's kind of based on the memory of me noticing what people look like and what their hands look like, and then I construct a imaginary hand in my head and I draw them. And I actually taught myself that whole process, and this drawing came along when I was 16, 17. You can see how much I've progressed since 11. At the time, I've been drawing every day for fun, and because I gave up on studying. And I love drawing only for imagination, and I mainly like to draw humans and mainly like to draw females. Drawing from imagination really helped me tap into my subconscious mind. I always have visions in my head, and I see bits and parts of the visual of the visions that I have. And I was obsessed with mysterious looking girls, and I just really relate to that. And for a while I was drawing vampire girls with cat eyes, but specifically this piece of art encompasses my first fully realized archetype. I'm gonna be going over this archetype in a bit, and this is also the reason why I wanted to do an analysis on this piece in my first video. I will also go over my understanding of archetype in another video. This piece of art describes a fearless female, glamorous yet deformed. Metal nails are coming out of her skin. Her eyes are hollow, and she's taking out her unborn baby because she hates humanity. She's in a lot of pain. Her fingers are twisted, but she's still staying powerful. Her spine and ribs are sticking out, and her face is calm, like it has nothing to do with what she's doing. This drawing vividly demonstrates what happens when we ignore or suppress our emotions. I'm really perceptive of people's feelings, and because I can feel their feelings to such extent, it feels like I was feeling it too. And it feels like I can feel everyone's feeling on earth all together, and it's really weighing on me. A lot of people are not mentally okay, and I become not okay too, because I can feel how they feel. I feel like psychology has always lacked a personal touch, and as a society, we have ignored our feelings for such a long time. And I know a lot of people, their feelings are not pretty. While I was working on this piece, I was really angry at the world. Because of my introverted intuition, I was using my subconscious to process all this knowledge that I learned about the world and my emotions as well. And when I do art is when I actually feel like I'm inside my body, because when I do art is when I feel like I have all these intense emotions inside of me and I'm trying to let it out. And because usually only very intense emotions can be noticed by me, that's why I can actually feel like I was in my body. Because most other times I just feel like I'm just a walking zombie. I have thought about her composition and her pose and stuff. But while I was working on this piece, I was mostly spaced out into my emotions. When I finished it, I just admired its beauty and felt like I found my identity. I have pulled this information out of my subconscious, and now I was able to look at it and analyze it in a third person perspective. And I'm not in my body anymore, and I felt like I can analyze myself objectively. So doing art has helped me a lot with understanding myself, knowing myself, and my personal development. I felt so lucky to have found this method to learn about myself as an INFJ. And also in public, I like to wear really weird clothes or really exaggerated clothes because that kind of reminds me of who I am. A lot of people nowadays think art has no meaning, but if you do art with your feelings and it's from your heart, it does have a meaning. Any form of expression is art, and when you do art, you're expressing yourself. So any form of expression has meaning, whether you know it consciously or subconsciously. And I hope what I'm explaining to you can help you see your art and expression in a different way. For so long, we have ignored what's going on inside our mind, and that's the reason why we get stuck in life sometimes. This drawing helped me explore my dark side, and I was able to understand how much emotional pain I was in. Even though I rarely showed my feelings and emotions, and I understand that I'm mentally strong and I can tolerate a lot of pain. And I believe my pain is what made me beautiful inside. I'm sure we have all hated humanity at some point. And a lot of times we judge ourselves and think we're bad people, feeling guilty of like the things we did, the mistake we made. And to explore your dark side does not mean you have to hurt other people. Because we judge humanity and we judge other people is why we judge ourselves. We just need to learn to love ourselves and go easy on judging ourselves, despite what other people think of us. And going easy on judging yourself is the first step to love yourself. Learn that we can forgive our own mistakes and we're capable of loving ourselves. And eventually we can move on to love other people. And really, it's okay to explore your dark side. Look at me, I explored my dark side for so long, and I'm a functioning couch potato. I hope this has been a relaxing experience for you guys. Please let me know where I can improve. I would really appreciate that. If you're interested in my other art, you can check out my Artstation. I'll link the description down below. And please comment if you have anything you would like to say, or you can share how your mind works, and I would love to hear it. And if you're INFJ too, I really encourage you to also share your story. Thank you guys so much for watching. It has been a pleasure of mine. If you want to know more about how to explore your dark side, please support my videos by watching it multiple times or tell your friends to watch it. You can also support me by helping me on Patreon. You can see that my camera is not that great yet, so if you care about the quality or you want to see my face more clearly, you can also consider supporting me. And I clearly understand that I can't do business by myself, so let's help each other out. Thank you.